Hello friends, welcome to another weekly top-down analysis video on the gold and GJ. So as usual, we will start our analysis with the monthly time frame, and then we will go down to lower time frames, weekly, daily, 4-hour and 30 minutes time frame. Also on the 30 minutes time frame, we will talk about some intraday and scalping setups which we can look for in the coming weeks. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, we are going to start with the gold monthly time frame. So as we can see on the gold, we had this resistance, and as we could see, we had this last monthly candle close above the resistance. So as we anticipated, like there was a pretty high, because once we close above the resistance in an uptrend, right, and so there is a pretty high probability for the price to continue going up. So as we can see, the current monthly candle already went up, and right now it's giving some kind of rejection from the upside and currently moving to the downside. So like from this monthly time frame, it seems like the price is going to go to the downside. Now a lot will depends upon how we get this monthly candle close. If we get closure above this support, then still there is a probability price continue going to the upside. But if we get this monthly candle close below this support, then the move to the upside is going to become a fake out, and then there will be a higher probability for the price to continue going to the next support, which is right here. So that is something on the monthly time frame. Now let's go to weekly time frame to see what is happening on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, as you can see, the market structure is bullish because we are kind of making higher highs and higher lows. So as we can see, we created a high, higher low, high, high, higher low, and right now we came up, created a higher high as well. So there is a higher probability price is going to go down, find some kind of support above this previous low, and once we find support, we can continue going up to retest the previous high. If we look more closely, we can also find out that we had this resistance on the weekly time frame. Last weekly candle close, last to last weekly candle close above this resistance. So there was a higher probability for the last weekly candle to continue going up. So as we can see, the price went up, but finally we closed below. So if we we can see here, it was a resistance, this candle closed above, and the last weekly candle closed below this support. So now there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the next support, which is right here, and then we have more support into this area. But at the same time, if we come down, find some kind of support here, still because we created a new high, so there is a higher probability price is going to continue up to retest the previous high. So that will depends upon if we create a support here or not, right? So now let's go to a daily time frame to see more details. On the daily time frame, we are bullish as well because we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we can see we created a high, higher low, then we broke the previous high, created a new high. Right now the price is coming down to find some kind of support to continue going to the upside. This is the previous higher low of this uptrend, so we should not be breaking this higher low if you want to continue going to the upside. Also, by looking more closely, we can also find out that we had this excuse me, so we had this support, and the last daily candle closed below the support. So now there is a higher probability for the next daily candle to create a top wick and then continue going to the downside first, fill this wick, and to the next support, which is right here. Then we have next support here. So these are the more supports to the downside if the price wants to continue going to the downside. And if we break one support, we will go to the next support. If we break next support, we will go to the next support. So this is going to be the situation to the downside. Also, we can see that okay, this was the support, candle close below, and this is a resistance as well. So if we get a daily candle close above this resistance, because we should keep in our mind that the price is still very bullish, right? So this move, definitely we close below the support, but if we get a daily candle close above this resistance, then this move to the downside is going to become a fake out. And in that situation, because we have clean range on the left hand side, so there will be a very high probability for the price to continue going to the upside to retest the previous high created by the price. So that is something on the daily time frame. Now let's see what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frames looks bearish as we are making a lower low and lower high. So we created a low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then we broke the previous low, created a new low. Right now I'm waiting for price to make a pullback, create resistance and come down to retest the previous low created. So that is something I anticipate on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go to 1-hour time frame to see what is happening on the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame is bearish as well, as we are making lower lows and lower highs. So we created a low, lower high, lower low, and all these wicks, I'm going to consider them as one high or one zone, because this is the the highest point of this and this retest. So anyways, lower high, and then we broke the previous low, created a new lower low. Right now I basically anticipate the price to come up, find resistance to continue going to the downside. So now we can find the resistance in this area, we can find resistance in this area, we can find resistance anywhere below the previous lower high. Once we find the resistance, will be higher probability for the price to come down and retest the previous low. That is something on the 1-hour, and more or less there should be the same situation on the 30-minute time frame as well. So as we can see, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? And then we created a new low. So right now, I anticipate the price to come up, find resistance to continue going to the downside to retest the previous low created. So that is something on the gold on the 30-minute time frame. Now let's go to GJ to see what is happening on the GJ. Again, we are going to start with a monthly time frame. And so GJ on the monthly time frame, we can see that as we saw, these were the resistance, and we had the last monthly candle close above this resistance. So if you remember, I already mentioned that because we have we have the monthly candle close above the resistance, so that now there is a pretty high probability price is going to continue up to the next resistance, which is right up there. All right, so now we can see the current monthly candle has already broken the low of the previous candle, and right now also we are showing some kind of rejection to the downside. So we can still continue going up to retest this high, but if we can see that we have a support here. So if we the current monthly candle close below this support, there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the downside. So I mean, this week and this week are going to be the first target. Then we have more clean range on the left hand side, so we can continue going up in that scenario. So that is something on the monthly time frame. Now let's see what is happening on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame is bullish, as we are making higher highs and higher lows. We create a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then we broke the previous high, created a new higher high. Right now the price has come to the downside, but we still have not closed below the previous support, right? So if we can find support in this previous support area, we have a clean range on the left hand side, so there will be a pretty high probability for the price to continue up and retest the previous high, right? Also we have this support, I mean we have this support. So let's mark the lowest support here. If we get a weekly candle close below this support, there is a clean range on the left hand side, so there'll be higher probability for the price to continue going to the downside to the next support, which is right here, right? And now let's go to daily time frame to see what is happening on the daily time frame. Right, on the daily time frame, overall big market structure, I mean at the overall level, it seems like we have a bullish market structure. So like we created a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, we broke the previous high, created a new high, and right now so we are creating higher high, higher low, same like the weekly time frame. Right now if we can find support, we can continue going up to retest this high. But also we have to keep in our mind that we created a high, higher low, then we created another high, and after that we broke this low, basically created a new low. So there is a probability that the price is going to come up, find resistance here, and then continue going to the downside to retest this low created by the price. So that is also going to be a strong probability. Now let's go to a 4-hour time frame to find more details on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame looks very bearish. As we can see, price is creating lower low, lower high, right? So we created a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then we created a new low. So we did a consolidation in this area, but I anticipate the price to come up. It will be great if we can come into this area, do a kind of break and retest, find resistance here to continue going to the downside to retest this low created, right? That is something on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go to 1-hour time frame to see what is happening on the 1-hour time frame. So 1 hour also, as we can see, very bearish. We did lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we created this low. So again, like the 4-hour time frame, I anticipate the price to come up, find resistance, and continue going to the downside. Also, we can see that we are doing a little bit market structure here, higher high and higher low. So these, higher high, higher low can be a pullback, and finally, we find resistance into this area, break this market structure to the downside, kind of lower high, and we can look for some kind of opportunity to take short to target the new low created. If we look on the 30-minute time frame, also we can see that same like the 1 hour time frame, I anticipate the price to come up, find resistance to continue going to the downside. Also we can see that we are making this higher high, higher low market structure right now. So we are around this area. If the price can come down and we don't break the previous higher low, and if we find resistance, and if we have clean range on the left hand side, it'll be a great I mean, we can look for some long opportunity to target the previous high created by the price. So that is something on the GJ 30-minute time frame as well. So anyways guys, this was the analysis of the gold and GJ from the monthly to the 30-minute time frame. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really did like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel in order to support the channel and YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. See you in another video.